What's going on, gamers? We got an interesting post here by Mike Ybarra, basically kind of highlighting the betrayal of Halo in the Xbox community. Oh yeah, big time. I agree with him because let's get right to this. Let me tell you one thing that I didn't like is this right here. It doesn't get more cucky than this. You see what I'm saying? Why are you supposed to be representing the history of Xbox, but you showed up on a PlayStation shirt? You see that? This guy's on a PlayStation shirt. That's like the biggest middle finger to the legacy of Xbox players. You see what I mean? Though we know Xbox is dead anyway, so at this point, they're already showing you, hey, we ain't even coming wearing an Xbox shirt, and I'm coming from an Xbox department. I've never in my life seen somebody cuck out so much more than this. Like, if you really look at other game development departments, nobody's coming there wearing no shirt doing that in their own development department to represent another platform. That's like Microsoft saying, this is the last Trinity pillar, you know what I mean? Like the pillar of our franchise. Not like that, just, you don't even have multiplayer. Garbage. Useless remake. What's the point then? You know what I mean? Because I'm finding out there is no multiplayer at all. And that pisses me off. I'm like, oh man, you know what? What's the point then? No, you're just trying to market it and move it on a growing platform that is growing. I guarantee they're going to make a Switch 2 version too. But right now, let's test the PlayStation and let's see where Halo's at. This is where things are going. So honestly, that what I thought about it. I wanted to get excited for it, but I don't get the point. I watched them try to charge $70 for this campaign without multiplayer. Literally garbage. And this right here, like I said, this is pathetic. Like, no. No. Yeah. Here it is right here. Yeah. That's basically what that is. That's what he's saying. You see what I mean? It's right there in front of you. Yeah, you cooking out. Yeah, you can have her too. And Nintendo is next. Right? There was another platform, they go there too. Yeah, just throw her all over the place, right? That's what they're doing. Might as well call it an X cult, right? X cuck cult. That's what I'm calling it now. Not Halo campaign evolved. Mm-mm. No, it's devolved. Yeah, like at least people had multiplayer when that launched back then, right? Now you're charging something less with the cancerous Unreal Engine 5 and you're cucking out. So Mike Ybarra says over here, I'm happy Halo's on PlayStation and Steam. Embrace the publisher strategy and move beyond the pain, finally. But you don't have your community manager wearing a PlayStation shirt the day you announce it. That just rubs it in the face of loyal Xbox fans too much because they don't give a damn about you. They're literally telling you that. Look, it doesn't get much worse than that. How you treat players will last a lifetime. But if Xbox is dead, who gives a damn, right? That's what they're saying. Yeah, PlayStation, Team PlayStation, get us more money. You know what I mean? Because it's about this now. Yeah, they're selling out. There's no soul over there. This guy says, yeah, that was diabolical, bro. Yeah, it was. It's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You don't do that type of stuff. It doesn't even look like you're really benefiting either. Like it's terrible, man. Um, it's like you're literally talking to PlayStation. So, yep, it was very tone deaf. They need to just axe the console. We all know it's coming. Us Xbox fans just need some closure so we can move on. Yeah, like I said, barely holding on to anything. That is garbage. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, man. That's just some, like I said, feminine, watered down nonsense. I was correct. Feminine, watered down nonsense. You're watered down, just like the NBA is watered down. A lot of other shit on television is getting watered down. You won't see this watered down nonsense everywhere. I mean, you notice that things that used to be a lot great back then, it's all watered down. It's garbage. Our biggest competition isn't another console, says Xbox boss Matt Booty about Halo on PlayStation. We're all seeking to meet people where they are. We are competing more and more with everything from TikTok to you're not competing. You surrendered and you're throwing in the towel and you're cucking out. You're a liar and you're doing PR fraud nonsense. Just shut up. You're a loser. You're the one that thought that PlayStation was going to get destroyed because you could pull underneath the rug and buy Activision. No, loser. You lost. Like your last name, your company's ass. I'm just telling you. So let's keep going down. Mike Ybarra says Xbox should stop talking. I agree. Shut up, because everything you're saying is just garbage. And you're not deceiving nobody. Nobody's falling for this garbage. Plume Gaming said, you and Xbox should make a deal to both stop talking. Yes, because what are you doing? Only thing you're doing is showing how much of a loser you are and how much you're cooking out. And how much you're saying we are all seeking to meet people where they are. We are competing on. You're not competing. You got your ass destroyed. Get out. You got stomped into the ground. You got curb stomped. And now you're cooking out because that's the only method you have. You have failed. Everything you keep doing is worse. You can't even make your greatest franchise of all time have a basic multiplayer function. Not even, you couldn't even say anything about that. You don't put that work in. No, 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 no. You didn't. You just wanted to move it to the Unreal Engine 5, which doesn't cost you any money. Put that there, and you're probably going to try to charge 70 for this garbage. You better not, because ain't nobody going to buy that. And you're hoping you get to sell for PlayStation. If not, you'll probably make a Switch 2 version. Steam doesn't give a damn. They got Master Chief Collection and multiplayer on there. Why do I want to replay the same thing I've already replayed hundreds of times? Halo is not big because of its campaign. That was a part of it. No, people wanted Halo because of multiplayer as well. We were kind of looking forward to that. But of course, we got none of that, right? Nothing. So you got people down here saying you should have took over the Xbox division where Peter Moore left Xbox. Would have been in better hands with you. You know what gamers want. No, you are a retard. Shut up. Something's wrong with your brain and has a hole in it. Oh yes, the same guy who ran Blizzard into the ground while still console warring as the CEO of a betting company. LFO, man, shut the hell up. Yeah, exactly. You should stop talking. You're a moron and sound like a bitter EX. Act like an adult. You're annoying yourself, man. This is kind of funny right here. That's the type of stuff is funny. No, Mike Ybarra is right. And as a matter of fact, what I find funny here is always fanboys coming down here to damage control. A bunch of fanboys and sellouts. All your stuff is scripted and fake anyway. Shut up. You're not competing. You're representing a loser platform, and you're coming into damage control. Mike is right. Just like he said, your console is dead. You're mad because he's telling you the truth. It's pretty obvious, and you can't handle it. So you're getting feminine in your feelings and try to tell him to stop because I can't handle it. No, you can't handle it. You're getting your ass roasted. Okay, going back over here, like he said right here. That's it. Shinobi, our biggest competition is not another game console, says Xbox, right? Let's go down here. What he says. You see, I wasn't lying, Orlando. Xbox should stop talking. He's changed his tune. Xbox executive Matt Booty wanted to spin Sony out of the business. See this right here? Well, Microsoft says this refers to industry trends we never pursued. Right here. They thought that they were going to hit the buy button and win. They thought that the gaming industry could work that way. Wrong, it doesn't work that way. It has a soul, and it takes a lot more than that. And it shows. It's a game of the insides, and you guys are soulless. You have no soul. You are destroying everything and making terrible decisions. Everything about this company just pisses me off. In the past 2.5 weeks, it is consistent anti-consumer behavior. And then you spit in the face of your loyal legacy right here. Garbage. Just like Xbox right now. Garbage. You've turned it into trash. So let's go down here. Remaking a classic video game with modern technology to reach both nostalgic and new audiences has become commonplace in an industry facing financial challenges. So it was not a huge surprise when Microsoft announced on Friday that it will release an updated version of Halo Combat Evolved. But I wouldn't say that. No, you gave us a half-baked, half-assed Unreal Engine 5 rushed game because there's no multiplayer in this. That is garbage. That's not what people wanted, and you know, but you're doing it just to make that extra profit because you got that boot on your face from up top. Yeah, let's just call it how it is. Like I said, gloves off now. I'm roasting everything. One detail, though, was outstanding. The sci-fi franchise that has helped our company sell 4 generations of Xbox consoles and generate billions of dollars is coming to the Sony PlayStation. Microsoft's direct competitor for the first time is the equivalent of Disney letting Mickey Mouse roam Universal Studios. We are all seeking to meet people where they are. Oh, no, 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 no. We failed. We can't be exclusives. We tried to monopolize, we failed. So now we got to cuck out and put the needle in the arm and go to other platforms. But we want to say it all nicely. Oh, yeah, we want to say it all nicely. The president of Xbox Game Content Studio said in an interview about Microsoft's strategic shift. All you people are morons. You need to get out. The super soldier Master Chief, who must protect humanity from alien threats in the first-person shooter Halo, is joining other Microsoft properties that are exclusive no longer. No, it doesn't represent what isn't there either. Of course, Master Chief is in there. With Xbox is dead. It's Microsoft Corporation. I mean, have you seen the image where it said Microsoft Corporations on PlayStation? It didn't say Xbox. It says Microsoft Corporation. That's what it says. So you don't have Gears anymore. You don't have Forza. You don't have anything. What is the point of the Xbox console of Series X? Now that's pointless. You can go get a PC then. Exclusives matter. You have no exclusivity at all. They don't. They even said Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to another platform. So, I mean, what's left? Nothing. Video game companies have long enticed players to buy consoles where games feature in their mascots. Nintendo developed a family lineup of characters in the 80s. And they ain't giving you nothing. You want to know why? Because they don't need to. They're outselling you on one console than what you tried on all your games across multiple devices. And last generation. You still can't match even half of them. So why would they need to? No, of course they don't. They're winning. That's the way to do it. Exclusives wins. Yeah, it is. Nintendo showed you it's about exclusivity. It won. They didn't cook out. Sony is semi-time. They're not fully giving it out. They're not doing it. They're not doing day and day. No, 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 because they know how important it is. They're not going to kill their market. And they're not going to do nothing like this. That's pathetic. You know it. So Microsoft has decided, no, Microsoft doesn't have any choice, so they don't have a choice but to move in this direction and have their parents damage control. It is an effort to reach more gamers and to maximize revenue after the company opened its wallet to acquire major studios, which was the dumbest deal of all time. Then you lost 300 million after that. Worse than Concord. Pathetic. Then you want to damage control of that. Now you got to go out and make that back. So this is what you're doing. So you want to promote that and make it seem like you're doing something great and you're sharing your games. No, you have to. You don't have a choice. That's the only reason you're doing it. So when it comes to consoles, Xbox has always been the bridesmaid and never the bride. Van Drunen said they just haven't been able to outmaneuver PlayStation and Nintendo. Like I said, you failed, so you don't have a choice. So therefore, when it happens, you want to try to beat that down and attack other platforms that are successful. It's pretty obvious, and that's what your parents do in your shills. So yeah, the only thing good about this is maybe people who didn't get to play this get to play it up to date. You can take off sprinting, but I mean, honestly, there's some things that people just don't like. Next year's remake titled Halo Combat Campaign Evolved. Yeah, change that. That's not the original because the original was called Combat Evolved. You changed it to campaign and took out multiplayer. It's not even a true one-to-one. No, you cut it down and you're trying to make more money quickly with that garbage Unreal Engine 5. Will be released for Xbox or Xbox X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. It will not include the original game's competitive multiplayer modes, not an original remake. It's not one-to-one. But for the first time, 4 players can cooperatively play the campaign. Oh my God, who cares? You know what I mean? So, like, no, the strategy is not working. This is pathetic, and Halo fans are disappointed and they felt betrayed. So what was the point? The point was PlayStation. That was the point. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this. Good stuff. Mike, keep telling the truth and ignore these damage control parrots and sleepwalkers. Later, y'all.